Hi everybody. Okay, so welcome to the next installment in a little series of videos that I'm doing that present the suits of the tarot deck as like a journey or a story, okay? And, so this is the cups, the pentacles, the wands, the swords. And what I hope this series accomplishes is that I hope that it gives some of you, whether you're a beginner at reading tarot or you've been reading tarot for some time, I hope that this presentation offers you another perspective of the meaning of the cards, the surface meaning of the cards, maybe a way to better memorize the meanings, okay? And like I said, a surface meaning, because of course, we're just gonna look at the cards individually, but when you lay them out in a reading, of course, they absorb the energy and the intention of the cards around them, and the meanings become deeper, okay? But there is a surface meaning for each card, and that's what I hope this little journey presents to you. And like I said, just gives you maybe an option to help you memorize the meanings. So today we're gonna look at the wands, okay? And the wands represent action in your life, okay? The actions that you take, the movement that you take, but you'll see as our little story unfolds, okay? All right, so we start with the Ace of Wands, and the Ace in all of the suits, the Ace is always the beginning, okay? So for the Ace of Wands, this is that spark of inspiration for wanting to start a new project, a new endeavor, okay? Taking on something new, all right? And from that, we have the Two of Wands. Okay, the Two of Wands is like making plans for the future, okay? You're inspired to start something new, but what do you need to do to accomplish that? Okay, well, first you need to start making plans, okay? And this could be deciding on whether or not you need a partner, okay? You don't necessarily need a partner, but you need to look at that. You need to figure out, am I bringing somebody in to work with me? Or am I going to try and do this all on my own? Either way, you're in this stage right here where you need to start making plans, okay? And then that takes us to the Three of Wands. Okay, the Three of Wands, I like to say that this is you taking those first steps toward your new horizon, okay? Toward those plans that you've made, all right? And, maybe you've decided that you didn't need a partner, but maybe now you realize as you take those first steps that you need people around you, okay? The threes are generally, collaboration, getting together, people. So the Three of Wands, you might be in an energy where you're like, maybe I do need some help. Maybe I do want to put some trusted people around me, okay? But either way, you're starting to take those first steps toward the plans that you've made, okay? And then we have the Four of Wands. All right. The Four of Wands is you've decided where you want to put down your foundation. Okay, you've decided where it is that you want to start to build this new project, create this new endeavor. It's almost like a home base, okay? And you've decided on that. And you've gathered your people around you, okay? And you're like, okay, I can kind of see myself growing here, okay? And then we have the Five of Wands. Okay. The Five of Wands is conflict, is obstacles, is literally people trying to sabotage you, okay? Maybe they're jealous. Maybe you're making them nervous because you're putting down roots, you're establishing a foundation, you're trying to build something, and maybe you're doing this in their space, or maybe you're doing something that they want to do, but they're afraid to do it. They haven't taken the steps to do it. Either way, they're coming at you with these obstacles, all right? With these intentional obstacles that are sabotaging your forward movement, okay? So what do? Six of Wands. Well, you push past it, okay? You ask yourself, am I gonna let these people stop me? Am I gonna let these people sabotage me? Or am I gonna move past this, move past these obstacles, move past other people's jealousy and envy. You're just going to push past it. And once you do that, you're going to get like this little bit of success, this little bit of like feeling of triumph, like you've actually succeeded already in something. Even if it's just pushing past obstacles and interference, you're going to feel like that's a little bit of a victory, a little bit of success, and that's going to keep you motivated, okay? And then we have the Seven of Wands. Okay, well, the Seven of Wands is kind of like that, all right, come at me now, you know, where you're like, you've pushed past the Five of Wands sabotage, okay? You've had your Six of Wands success and feeling like you can overcome. And now your Seven of Wands energy is like, all right, try me again and see where it gets you. Okay, you're feeling confident. You're feeling like you have your boundaries set. You're feeling like, you know what, this is my place and I'm going to defend it. Okay? And then with the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is like fast action. It's like you receive some sort of news and you just act on it. You don't consider the consequences. Maybe you move away from something and that leaves you kind of vulnerable and you're no longer defending your space because you've taken this quick action that's kind of distracted you. Okay, so be careful of this Eight of Wands energy because like I said, this is just you acting without thinking, okay? So then we have the Nine of Wands. Okay, well, the Nine of Wands is kind of like you having to circle back around and defend yourself again, okay? Because like I said, you were in that Seven of Wands, come at me, bro, attitude. I'm ready for you. But then the Eight of Wands happened and something took you, like, poof, where'd you go? You're just off taking action on something. And so now the Nine of Wands is kind of like, all right, you got to come back. You have to still defend what it is you're trying to build. You still have to secure your boundaries. You still have to make sure that people aren't pushing in and sabotaging, okay? So then we have the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands is now like you're feeling overburdened. Now you're just like, what did I do? Maybe I'm not ready for this. Maybe I'm not strong enough to defend what it is that I'm trying to accomplish. You know, maybe there are more people trying to sabotage me than I'm capable of fighting off time after time after time. Maybe this project is just too big for me. Maybe I didn't let enough people in at the beginning to help me. Maybe I didn't let the right people in. You know, maybe I need help, you know? So you're just feeling like, you know, there's too much. You've taken on too much, okay? And so this is a sign that you need to start delegating. You need to start handing off some of the responsibility, okay? And kind of lightening your load, all right? So you don't get so bogged down that you quit, okay? The point is to not quit. Okay, so then we have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is like a little bit of good news, okay? And what this little bit of good news does is it reignites you. Okay, it lights that spark of motivation and you're suddenly like, okay, I've delegated some responsibility. I feel a little bit lighter now and I feel motivated to keep going. Okay, so then we have the Knight of Wands. Okay, well, the Knight of Wands, you're suddenly motivated to keep going, but now you're like, you want to do everything at once. Okay, you're feeling like I can do it all. And I can just do it all fast and I can do it all alone and I can just do it all right now and we can just get this process going and rolling and blah, 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 blah. So be careful with this because this is literally like reckless, impassioned energy that doesn't always bring the results that you want. Okay, so like I said, this Knight of Wands energy, it's great that you feel inspired. It's great that you feel impassioned, but be careful that you're not just charging yourself forward and making mistakes or, you know, missing details or things like that, okay? So then we have the Queen of Wands. Okay, the Queen of Wands is always like the energy that you sit in after you've learned your lessons. Okay, so the Queen of Wands is coming at you with wisdom. All right, she's coming at you with this energy of like, I'm determined. I'm still very determined to accomplish my goals, but now I realize that charging forward with no plan isn't a good idea. You know, now I realize that I need to delegate responsibility. Now I realize that I need to continue to defend my ideas, my actions, my space. You know, so she realizes all of this. She realizes what it takes to actually accomplish what it is that you set out to do when you got the spark of inspiration in the beginning. Okay, so she has all of this wisdom and she's calm. Okay, the queen, I always see the queens as calm. You know, they're just sitting in this space of lessons learned. Okay, which leads us to the King of Wands. The King of Wands is a leader. Okay, the King of Wands, you've learned all of your lessons and now you're like, okay, I'm going to step up and I am literally going to captain this ship. All right. I am going to look at all of these people that I've put around me and I'm going to say, look, I'm your leader. I'm the one that decides the way things move forward, but you're going to do it in a way that they respect you for it. Okay. You're going to be this strong, confident, powerful leader, but one who inspires also. Okay?